Hi everyone, I'm Adam and today I'm here with Tony and we're going to be doing another Roasters Notes tasting notes session. But today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be partly talking about the blend, but in general talking about how our coffees fare in milk, which is how Tony drinks his coffee most of the time and probably most of you at home do too. So Tony, thoughts?
Yes, well everyone, I am a person that likes a very sweet coffee. And I guess for me, when I go to Adam to find out what coffee I would like, I always look for a coffee that has like chocolate taste or berries to help along the way, because I've always been informed that if you have a good coffee, you do not require sugar. So this is how I take my coffee, and I have to say it's very lovely.
So if we stay with the seasonal blend, Tony's a customer and he comes into Argo on the parade a lot, and so he'll be having the blend when he's having his milky coffees then, but he also buys coffee for home and drinks a lot of pretty much all of our single origins. He goes through the entire rainbow of flavours at home and drinks those with milk as well. So we might talk about some of those, but so for the blend, I mean for me, I'll tell you what I'm aiming for with the blend, how it tastes through milk, then maybe you can tell me if we're getting there or not.
Yeah, for sure.
But for me, for the blend, the picture we've got in our head for the flavours we want to get is chocolatey, absolutely, like you said. So chocolate, the first thing, maybe with a bit of nuts, but like the nuts is like a praline, it's like toffee nuts, and then with just an undercurrent of dried fruit, so like sultanas or which isn't always obvious, it's mostly the chocolate a lot of the time, but the fruit's meant to be this subtle thing kind of creeping in the background there.
Yeah, well, I have to say that you have nailed it. Because I don't think I've ever had a bad coffee in Argos. And when I first met Daniel, I used to have sugar in my coffee, and his face was, my gosh.
So stop the video, no way.
You do not need sugar in your coffee. And I went, right, okay, well I won't have sugar. And forever since, that's why I look for a sweeter coffee, because when I do buy from the shop and I buy from Monastery Coffee, as you know, I go through all the selections and see which has the sweeter undertones, for want of a better word. So and yeah, I love it. And then unfortunately I do drown it with milk, but the coffee does come through as very tasteful, very sweet, and very nice on the palate.
Yeah, excellent. And do you notice because this is actually, Tony made a really good point, a lot of roasters and coffee geeks will tend to get a bit pretentious about you can't have milk with your coffee, and we're not like that. And so for the blend or for the single origins, the whole point for our coffees, and people ask me which of your single origins go well with milk, I'm like, well ideally all of them. They'll be different, but they're all, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The milk changes the coffee, but it doesn't lessen the coffee in any way. So for instance for me, the Chire and the Conga, our last natural Ethiopian and our current natural Ethiopian, as a black coffee, as a filter coffee or an espresso, they have heaps of berries and tropical fruits, and they're really light and very fruity. Juicy is the right word, it's a fruit juice thing. Yeah. But then when you add milk to it, it's still delicious, but all of a sudden now you get the fruits become a bit more like dried fruits. They become jammy, they're still there, and then you add this nice like white chocolate kind of layer to it as well. It's still delicious, it's just different.
Yeah, I have to say it is delicious, and you took the words right out of my mouth. I've just had the Conga, and now I'm onto the single origin, and I just love the differences and the little tastes, and slowly but surely I'm educating my family.
That's the main thing.
That's it. So
is there any more coffee with sugar in the household, or is it just no one?
Sugar hasn't been drunk since that day forward.
Sounds like it might have been a threat.
Well, possibly. No, damn it.
Cool. Right. Well, I think that'll be all for today. Okay. Hopefully this was useful for everyone. Moral of the story is try all of our coffees with milk and see how they fare. And happy brewing.
Happy brewing. Happy drinking.
Happy drinking. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.